Hi. So today, after conditionals, we'll talk about unreal past in general. Some moments which are usually not considered, and some moments which are usually difficult for students. Let's start. I would like to start with this very test. So it consists of some conditional phrases, the parts which we discussed in the previous video, and there are some questions about Unreal Past. I would recommend first you to do this test. So make a pause and look at the questions, and then continue watching. At the end of this video, we'll come back to it. So if you want to get some progress in grammar, make a pause now. So hope you found some interesting information, and now let's start. Let's start talking with conditionals very fast because there is a whole video about it, about this topic. So zero conditional, present simple, present simple. We use it when we speak about some facts or something that has really high probability. I usually, instead of this conditional, people use the first. Actually, in Russian, we mostly use it as well. And here, the main idea is to remember that we use present simple plus will. It can be not only simple, remember, or have a look at the video that there can be present continuous, present perfect continuous. The main idea that usually we don't use will after if, usually, but not always. And will and bare infinitive, so future simple. Something about future, some more or less real situation in the future. The second and the third conditionals, they are unreal. So here they are the main problems that in Russian they are the same. And here we should distinguish the difference between them. So the second conditional we use when we speak about some future or present situation, and there is almost no chance that it will happen. We use past, usually simple, past continuous is possible, but quite rare. And after would, we use just infinitive. The third conditional we use when we speak about some improbable situation in the past, and we use past perfect and would and perfect infinitive. Remember that there is there are mixed conditionals. So that is the main idea about conditionals in general. And one more moment about our conditionals. If we speak about if, so there are a lot of equivalents, such as provided that, providing that, as long as, and so on. Now let's go on. And let's come to the part which is very close to conditionals. I wish and if only. Look at this text. We have I wish and if only. Mostly we use them if we speak about some unreal situation. In fact, that is apart from conditional 2 and apart from conditional 3. So that's why we use them when we regret about something. And it means that the real situation is opposite. That's why if we speak about present, we use past simple. I wish I had lots of money now, but unfortunately, I don't have it at the moment. Or if only you didn't have to leave soon. So, but you have to, and you are leaving soon. If we speak about past, obviously, remember the third conditional, we use past perfect. I feel sick. If only I hadn't eaten so much yesterday. If only I hadn't eaten, but I did eat a lot. Usually after these two positions, I ask my students, how do we speak about future and what to say if we speak about future? There are some ideas with would, but would be later. And here let's talk about could at first. So we use could when something is not possible now or in the close future. I wish I could swim, but I cannot. Or if only I could go to the party tomorrow, but I can't. So if we speak about future, we use I wish of only, we can use could. So what to do with would in this case? If we use could about future, why do we need would in this sphere in general? We use would when we want to say that something we don't like. Something doesn't appeal to us. Moreover, it annoys us. If you remember present continuous plus always, that is about the same situation. We show our desire to change something or somebody. For example, I wish you would stop taking my things without asking me. I don't like it. Or if only the sun would come out so we could take the photos. Actually, at the moment here there is snowing, so I wish it would stop right now completely. But I can say I wish it would stop snowing at the moment because I don't like snow and it's too much for today. But I cannot say I wish we, for example, I wish we wouldn't have winter because pay attention that we cannot use our would if we speak about something that is really impossible to change or when the subject is the same. My example with the elimination of winter is about the first position. We cannot say if only nuclear bombs wouldn't have been invented. We cannot change the situation. And we cannot say I wish I, because the subject here must be different. You can say I wish you, I wish it, I wish they, but not I wish I. And the same about if only. If you are speaking about yourself, you cannot say if only I. That is about would. I wish is a little bit more emotional than if only is a little bit more emotional than I wish, but the difference is not so big. There is the variant where you can use which you can use to emphasize more if you only you change the subject and if only put it in the middle here. If you only. And one more moment after I wish, we can use that after if only not. So if only that doesn't exist, but you can say, I wish that something would happen, or I wish that I were richer, taller, shorter, slimmer, and so on. That is about I wish and if only. The main idea is that we use them when we want to change something and when we don't like the current situation, when we regret about something, about present or about past. The next part here is their subjunctive mood. Not at all grammar resource books it refers to unreal past, but here it does. Subjunctive. Subjunctive we use when we usually, as for the positions where we use it, pay attention here. We use it in reported speech, we use it in formal language, so that's a perfect idea for writing. And in poetry here, more we meet it than use, I guess. So the verbs which we typically use in a subjunctive mood, and then I'll tell what it is. So advise, ask, demand, insist, propose, recommend, and so on. Or it can be adjectives with the construction it is. What is the main idea of it? Reported speech is the most popular variant. For example, she insisted, it was here. She insisted, then we use that, then we use subject, and we use infinitive. You see, she paid, not pays. It's not a mistake, that is subjunctive. Usually people prefer some other variants, and the variants you can see here. Subjunctive itself, it is essential, another construction with an adjective, that every applicant complete infinitive, the form in blah, blah, blah. Another variant, we can use should. Usually I tell my students that we have should, but sometimes we can just use a sentence without should. it is essential that every applicant should complete. And if we put away should, we have just infinitive. But we can use present simple as well in this construction. And we can use for subject and to infinitive. It is essential for every person to complete the form somewhere. So there are some fixed expressions which you can use as well while using this construction. For instance, if he doesn't want to see us, then so be it. Let it happen. So be it. I'll take it all the way to the Supreme Court if need be, if this is necessary. And the most popular, I would say here, long live the Republic. That is about subjunctive. One more time, it's not very popular and it's not used in even every grammar resource book as a variant of unreal past. Still, it exists. So let's go on. It's time. That is the most weird construction for me if we speak about unreal past, because I can see no reason why it's unreal. Still, in English, it is. And there are several variants. You can say it's about time, it's high time. You can use it with that, without that. The main idea is that after this construction, if we use not just infinitive, it's time to go, we use subject and verb in the past. That is unreal. The main idea of unreal past, we use past about present and past perfect about past. That is the main issue of unreal past. Or, for instance, the second variant, it's high time that the voice of the people was heard. The real situation, like their voice, isn't heard and it should be. Usually it's not used with negative, any variants with negative, and you can use it's time for somebody to do something. If we have for somebody, pay attention, we use only infinitive with to. It's time for the guests to arrive. One more variant about unreal past. And one more construction, that is would rather. Would sooner is almost the same, so that's why let's combine them together and talk about them. So would rather, let's take this as an example. We can use with bare infinitive, either bare infinitive or with a different subject. Like here we have different subjects, you see, I and you. Bare infinitive, we use, idea is the same. If we speak about present, we use just infinitive, or maybe future. If we speak about past, we use, yeah, right, perfect infinitive. The same as in conditionals after would. Nothing special in you. I'd rather do my shopping tomorrow or now. And I'd rather not have gone to the dinner party last night, about past. So if we use infinitives, we use just infinitive if we speak about present and perfect infinitive if we speak about past. We can use a different subject, like here I showed, I and you, and in this case, idea of unreal past works as well. If we speak about present, we use past simple. If we speak about past, we use past perfect. I'd rather you stayed tonight, about today or tonight. I'd rather Sam hadn't taken his dad's car yesterday, about past perfect. So after would rather, we can use either infinitive or the whole sentence. If we use infinitive, it's bare infinitive, and it's just infinitive, simple infinitive about present, and perfect infinitive about past, like conditional 2 and conditional 3. Or we can use a new sentence with a different subject, and in this case we use past about present and past perfect about past. The main idea of past, unreal past. As if and as though. It can be used in different variants. The same, not in all grammar reference books. You can find it in the part of unreal tenses. So, but idea is the same. We usually use past tenses. The main idea of this construction, how something appears now doesn't match with reality. And here, one difference, for example, let's take the first sentence. He talks to the children as if they were stupid, but they are not. They are acting as though nothing had happened in the past, but it did happen. So the main idea is that if we use past tenses, like unreal tenses here, that means that it doesn't match with reality. So unreal past. But we can use these constructions with present tenses. And in this case, we don't know if the appearance reflects reality or not. For example, look at two sentences. One sentence, you talk about her as if you know her, it's present. And you talk about her as if you knew her. So, no, we are not sure. Perhaps you know her, maybe not. But if we say as if you knew her, I'm sure that reality is different. Unreal past shows a different reality. Also, we can use it to be critical, ironic, or sarcastic. It isn't as if he's in any position to pass judgment. Probably he isn't. So that is just how and where we can use it. For example, if in some writing, you are writing an article, that is a perfect variant to make your article more emotional. Now, do you remember these tasks? You can stop again, look at it again. And now let's come to the answers. The answers are here. About conditionals, I will not talk at all. So I hope you have no questions. If you do, there will be the link. You can ask them in direct messages. I'll just draw your attention to some moments connected with our current topic. For instance, if we look at the sentence, I wish you would. We want to change the situation. 15, I wish, because we have that. After if only, we cannot use that. 16, do you remember these? Requires that each defendant in turn submit. That is a verb, subjunctive, remember. Then we have that, then we have the subject, and we use infinitive. The next one, I wish I had been, that is about past. It's high time. It's not because of high, it's because of for. Because if you remember, if we have it's time for, then we use for whom to do something. Here we have the sentence, that's why it's high time. But we can use it's high time for somebody. The problem is not with high, the problem is with for. 19, I'd rather, we can use different infinitives, but infinitives, or a new subject. And the last one, do you remember? It was the last issue. Here we're talking about something that we believe or we know that it is true, or we are sure that it is not true. So sure or not sure, you look as though you haven't slept for days. Because are you tired? We can see the result here. And but we are not sure if you slept or not. That's why present but not past. Remember the sentence with children as if they were stupid, but they aren't. That is about the sentences, and that is about the test. So one more time, if you have any questions, you are always welcome. I'm back somewhere here. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your attention. And enjoy English, because English is a way of life. Bye-bye.